Closed captioning for Places and Spaces is brought to you by... Hi everybody, and welcome to Maine Life Media's latest series, Places and Spaces. I'm Erin O'Valley, and I'm so excited to be launching this new program in addition to Maine Life right here on New Center, Maine. Places and Spaces follows real estate brokers, builders, designers, and architects as they showcase a community in Maine that is special to them while touring unique homes and businesses throughout our beautiful state. From cool kitchens to special spaces, outdoor oasis, and gardens galore. So we hope Places and Spaces gives you ideas and inspiration about your home or business. Thanks so much for watching.
Both my grandfathers were carpenters. One was a home builder, and one was more of an artist doing wood reliefs. And as a kid, I'd always enjoyed working around the house and doing odd jobs as well. And I started working very young around town in Portland and really enjoyed construction and design, and it just grew from there.
I'm Dot Ollier. I'm a real estate agent with Remax Riverside. I'm also a part-time farmer. We paint, we hay, it's a busy life.
I'm Britt Vitalius. I grew up in Maine, sailing up and down the coast with my family and hiking and skiing in the mountains. I moved away after college, but came back 15 years ago to raise my family here and just enjoy everything Maine has to offer.
I grew up in a little island on the coast of Maine called Eastport. It's a really tight-knit community, a really beautiful little island, and it really taught me the importance of having a really strong, great relationship that I could carry over into my business now.
I'm a Mainer, I'm a mom, and I'm co-owner of Muse Relations, a PR firm in Portland. And when I'm not working, you can find me with my bees, my chickens, my dogs, or my son down on Maggie's farm.
Hi, I'm Rob Barrett, owner of Barrett Made. When I'm not working, I love to spend time with my wife and kids on the lake.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Places and Spaces. We are starting in downtown Biddeford, which is going through an amazing revitalization process right now. We are so excited to show you all of the incredible design work and renovation work that's happening, led by a lot of locals.
This mill town on the Saco River is going through quite a rebirth. Many have taken note of Biddeford's potential from the proximity to Portland and Boston, gorgeous beaches, and it's an affordable option for real estate investing, starting a small business, and living. So today we are going to talk to some locals who are devoted to renovating buildings back to their historical roots, get an insider's take on what it's like to live in some really cool loft spaces, and we have a few other surprises in store.
One of the folks who has dedicated themselves to help revitalizing Biddeford is Seth Harkness. He has two projects we'll be visiting today, and we'll be starting at 17 Alfred Street.
I bought the building in 2016. It was in really hard shape. I was interested in doing a downtown renovation, something that had some visibility and would help move things along, and this was my chance. The whole roof is held up by long trusses that go from the front to the back of the building. That allows the upstairs to be the open ballroom that it originally was. And those were completely cracked and broken and destroyed, really. We found a contractor who would take the roof off the building so that you were staring right down from the top into the building, and they craned in new trusses and they put a new roof on top of that. So in the end, it was actually a great start to this whole project. I'd say my favorite part is probably the tin ceilings and the tin wall here. That was a process, because moving the tin and working with the tin is really, it's an art in itself. But fortunately, I was working with a local artist, Chris Clay, and he was quite masterful in coming up with techniques for patching this tin, cleaning it up, keeping track of the various pieces when he took them down so they would go back in just the right pattern. It was gratifying because people had never really known what this building was. But as it re-emerged, I think it really started to catch people's attention and catch their eyes, and we got a shout out from the mayor at his inauguration, and just a whole lot of people, I think, were really excited to see this building come back to life.
So Seth, now we're walking to your next building, and this mural really caught my eye. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I love looking at this mural when I walked by. Two schools were involved in the designing of these murals. There are two murals, one here and one in Iraq. You have an image of a boy talking on the phone, and the same thing at the other end, so it creates a connection and communication. And the Downtown Arts Organization Engine made this happen. It's wonderful.
So here we are inside the counting house. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in here.
This building is entirely art studios, creative space. We've got painters, photographers, screen printers, a little company making agricultural robots, an ice cream maker, structural engineers. We have a place where people can get started, can experiment. There's room for that here, and I think that's what keeps things interesting and exciting.
We have a really close-knit group of friends here, and a few years ago we were going to a brunch at their house, which we had done many, many times. But this particular Sunday, we were looking for something to put on a charcuterie board in town, and we just couldn't find anything. And when we got to their house, we had just joked and said, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if there was a place that you could go get like stuff to put on a charcuterie board, or I don't know, a small gift for somebody in town. And 2 weeks later, my friend Megan, she sent me a message and said, hey, there's a building that my friend has, and I think you should go see it. It was perfect timing. I didn't think it could have even been saved, but Seth hired a guy, his name is Chris. He was on a ladder for, it seemed like months on end, meticulously restoring every piece of tin. So he was able to salvage that. And so we love that people can come back here and just really feel at home like they were 60 years ago. Biddeford just has such a young demographic or a young audience, but what we noticed was once we started getting the older generation in here and started making their relationships with them, they are some of our best customers. And those are the people who really bring back the memories that we want to be able to share with younger people. The guy who owned this building previously, he planted this birch tree however long ago it was, and now he commented and said, I can't believe the tree's still there. I thought for sure it would have died by now. And so those are the things that we really love, and it's been well received, I think, by the whole community to have just such a space where everyone is welcome.
This amazing table immediately caught my eye. Is there a story behind it?
Yeah, so Eric and Sue, who own 4 Star Fresh in the mill, they had this table in their garage. Since they moved from Chicago, they toted it to San Francisco and all the way to Maine.
Wow.
And they thought, what a great piece this would be in your store. It's from a bank in Chicago from the 1950s when they tore that place down. And we are reaping the benefits of it. It just makes such a perfect coffee bar for us.
Perfect coffee bar.
Yeah. Derek Preble made these countertops for us, and what a feat it was. It's huge, 10 feet. Yeah, it was really awesome, and they have held up so well. That's the best thing about having such a great group of people here in Biddeford. You know, you can kind of pick from all pools. We got this piece from the mill. They were having a sale, and we thought, wow, this would be the perfect fit for this post that we had that was empty.
That's what makes this space so special, is because you can feel the historical nods, and then with the modern pieces you brought in.
Yeah, it was
really
nice to
works.
incorporate from places all around Biddeford, not just in this building.
There is a romance about living in a restored mill building. Coming up next, we get an exclusive tour of one of these incredible properties with owner Doug Sanford.
Hi, I'm Britt Vitalius, founder of Vitalius Real Estate Group, a boutique real estate brokerage located here in Portland, Maine. I started Vitalius Real Estate Group almost a decade ago with the purpose of having a small group of real market experts. I think we've earned a reputation over the years of top-level market knowledge, but also honest advice. Our clients rely on us to know the market better than anyone, and we really try and deliver the best brokerage services that we can for our clients. We can do everything from residential, commercial, multifamily, and condos. We've got specialists in each area and look forward to helping our clients.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Places and Spaces in Biddeford. Now we are going to go talk to Doug Sanford, who's taken an old mill building and turned it into an incredible place to live.
We're on the 5th floor of Building 18 in the Pepperell Mill Complex. Well, this is originally North Dam. We acquired the Biddeford Textile, the electric blanket division in 2004. And then in 2008, I acquired what was West Point Stevens, which was 700,000 square feet. So we reassembled what was the original Pepperell. We were from southern New Hampshire at the time. I lived in the Portsmouth area with my wife, and I was looking for the new frontier, and I was willing to take a chance on Biddeford, and that was 81. Biddeford's market at the time was a depressed market. Of course, once the mills closed and the economic vibrancy that was here in the 50s ended. You know, it was a tough fall, and yeah, it was a struggle, but it's changed dramatically probably in the last 10 years. The urban movement is very real throughout this country in general. You know, folks who went rural in the 70s and 80s are now moving to the city. You know, you see the units, they're spectacular, the units. You can't get them in Portland and Portsmouth for anywhere near that kind of cost, and that's what attracts people here, and we sort of created the market, and since then it's continued, and we believe it's going to continue moving forward.
Doug, we are up on your exquisite roof deck, and I'm a little blown away at this view. Like, tell us what we're looking at.
Well, we're looking at the mills of Saco and Biddeford, and of course started in the 1840s, so it was all about water power. The other way you'll see the falls. There was a 44-foot drop in the head pressure of the river, and that's what they came here for.
So another thing I see looking around are solar panels pretty much everywhere. Talk to me about why these are incorporated.
Basically, we felt it was important to, do our part in our energy solutions of the future, and we hope to do more. Basically, about 5 years ago, we installed, I think it's 1,200 PV panels, photovoltaics, and we subsidize our electrical use through the solar panels.
That's wonderful. It's a wonderful dichotomy between being in a place where they used to use water for power and now using the sun for power, all in the same place. So that's wonderful. Well, this is a beautiful deck and view, and I hope you invite me back in the summer.
Would love to have you back.
Thank you so much.
It's time to get moving. Shake it up. This month, upgrade to a new 2021 Honda CR-V. New vibe, new attitude. Discover new possibilities with a Honda and upgrade to a new CR-V. Stop by your local Honda dealer or visit MaineHondaDealers.com.
First and foremost, Aristotle is an experience, and we want women to come here for the experience of a bra fitting. Unfortunately, most women go their entire lives not knowing what their true bra size is, and we provide the service of bra fitting. So from the moment you walk through that door, you are greeted and you are offered a one-on-one bra fitting and personal shopping session. And really what we're trying to do is help take the fear out of shopping for lingerie. And I cannot control how society makes women feel about their bodies, but what I can control is how they feel when they're within the four walls of the store and how they feel when they walk out that door. I am truly grateful to be able to do what I do, and I genuinely believe that it is my purpose to help women love what's underneath.
Even if the volume is off, we get your message across. Media Northeast is Maine's premier video production company with one goal: growing your company through compelling commercials, engaging social media content, and more. Our creative team works to reflect the hard work and dedication you put into your business. We live in a visual world. Let us help you captivate your audience.
Hi, I'm Rob Barrett from Barrett Made. We're really excited to be down in Biddeford because there's lots of opportunity down there. It's a city that's on the verge of a revitalization. We're working on several projects down there. One in particular is at the Lincoln Mill. We're really excited about that because that's going to have a residential component as well as a hotel component, and we're working on a restaurant space and a potential brewery space within that building, that old mill. And the team that's working on that is a project architect, an associate architect. We're going through design phase right now, slated to start construction in March and wrapping up at the end of 2021. Each project gets their own architect and project manager from start to finish. And what that does is creates a very cohesive unit and team collaboration from the beginning to the end and well beyond.
I'm Skylar Welch from Main Point Lending, and I'm a local mortgage broker located right here in Falmouth, Maine. We provide financing for people throughout the entire state, whether they're looking to purchase or refinance a property. I'm a mortgage broker, which means I provide options. I don't have to try to fit you into a box. I can build your own box. I'm able to shop multiple different lenders to find the very best rate and program for you. Whether you're looking to purchase a primary residence or a vacation home, we have all of the options. I'm here to walk you through the whole home buying process from start to finish and make the process as easy and stress-free as possible for you. If you're looking to purchase a property, please call me at Maine Lending.
Hey everyone, it's Sally with Happy Girls coming to you today from my home office, and I want to share with you some tips and tricks on how to make your home office cozy and productive. Let's start with plants. They're a great way to bring some energy into your home office. Candles or aromatherapy of any kind, especially citrus, are beneficial to you. Paint your walls a bright color, or even better, white and yellow are known to be excellent for home offices. Invest in a really large desk to spread out on, and also a comfy chair. You're going to be spending lots of time there, so make that investment. Just like when you were in school, get your favorite kind of pencils and paper and all that fun stuff. Definitely makes that paperwork a little less dull. Organization is huge in your home office, so always pick up your toys at the end of the day and put them away so you're fresh and ready to go the next day. And last but not least is snacks. So whether it's a little bit of M&Ms or granola, whatever you're up to, have something on hand to give you a little bit of energy. Okay, get back to work.
Earlier when we were in Part and Parcel, we noticed the beautiful wood countertop that was in the deli, and we decided to come down and meet the man Derek who made them.
I'm really good friends with Danielle and Allie, and when they decided to open the restaurant, I wanted to support them. And they asked if I would do the counter, and I did.
So tell us about what you're working on right here.
A lot of my friends have these benches, I give them away. They're made out of 300-year-old walnut, and I also put a lot of time into like all the little bugs that have gone through there and made their little trails. This is where the bark was. So this is southern yellow pine. This wood is the beam that's outside. There are these huge, beautiful, tight pieces of wood that are like 30 feet long. It's absolutely wonderful to work with. I actually tried to like match the mass of the beam with this piece, you know, so it sort of has the same shape. It's really square and whatnot.
That's great. And you love doing your work here. I imagine being able to look at these windows.
This is the grotto out here. Water used to flow through here to power the machines, and you can see an archway out there. It's stunning. The way the brick, you know, arches, and then the different colors and the patinas of the paint and what's happened with it, I think is fascinating.
So you've talked a little bit, you mentioned, you know, working for Part and Parcel, you've mentioned Doug and John, other people that we've spoken with throughout the day.
Yeah,
Talk about the tightness of the community in Biddeford.
Basically, once these mills really started to fill with residential people, they started to fill out onto Main Street and actually make Main Street vibrant again. Like, the synergy here is really remarkable. Our Main Street was not what it is now, you know, 5 years ago. And, you know, as all these mills change, they really help the local economy, the little Main Street economy. I'm not talking about the Biddeford Crossing economy, you know, the stuff that people drive to. Same, like we have a little city now, again.
I love the sense of community that's been established here, because you can definitely feel it walking around and talking to people. So thank you so much for sharing all of this beautiful work with us.
RE/MAX Riverside has given us the latitude to put this team together in an unusual way. 4 of us are agents. 2 of us are creative consultants who handle our content, our social media, our marketing, research and troubleshooting. As agents, we are 2 to a client, so there's always backup for the client. We also do not represent both sides of a single transaction, which is legal in Maine and called disclosed dual agency. We prefer that every client have their own representation. The group is dedicated, great critical thinkers, intuitive, collaborative, creative, and we love what we do. And I think it shows in our work.
Hi there, I'm Adam Parent. I've been selling real estate for 8 years. I've been honored to help over 350 families buy and sell real estate here in Maine. It's been amazing, the experience of being an owner and really setting the scene for the real estate future here in Maine. I love meeting people, whether it's first-time home buyer or seller, seeing that satisfaction of them getting the keys for the first time or selling it and taking advantage of a seller's market and getting some great equity out of the property, like that's rewarding. And getting a thank you at the end of the day is just what I love.
We are at 128 Main Street in Biddeford. It's a building that was built in 1924.
In the 60s, it was converted to a men's clothing store downstairs. My grandfather worked there for 30 years. That was his great-grandfather. So when John asked me to meet him out front of this building and said, "This is the building I want to buy," and they're like, "You're kidding. Your grandfather worked here, and I live in the house of the woman that owned it." So, and I've actually got in touch with her daughter, who was thrilled that we were able to buy it.
The main floor used to be an arts organization called Engine, and we're friendly with the woman who was running Engine. Her name's Tammy. She mentioned that the building was going up for sale.
That's when I became the construction guy. This has actually been fun. It wasn't at first, it was very stressful, but once my brothers and my sisters-in-law came on board and my wife, and it started moving the way, you know, we could get out of the space in like 30 days, well then it was pretty good. It's going to be a nice space, it's going to be different, these floors are going to be beautiful. This is what George Bush has in his estate in Kennebunkport, so we're going to have them restored and they'll be simply beautiful. The original tin ceilings are there. Even the lower level where the photographer is, we restored that tin ceiling. When we're done, the spaces look pretty much like they did when they were built, which is nice. The thing about Biddeford right now is it's in a renaissance. His grandmother, she kept saying, "Biddeford is going to explode. This is going to happen, it's going to happen." And unfortunately, she passed away before she could see what's going on in Biddeford right now, because she'd be thrilled if she could see what was going on right now.
You know, it's funny, when I was a kid, like Maine was, you know, Maine's vacation land, and speaking of my grandmother, she always used to talk about how beautiful Biddeford was, and I mean, as a kid, I didn't appreciate a lot of the stuff around here. A big thing for me is the proximity to the ocean, and then you can go travel a few miles in Dayton. It's kind of like countryside and nice and quiet, and there's mountains. It's just a great place to grow up. And
you can just see the Main Street coming back to life. So this is exciting. And I've even talked to contractors, because we have a contractor in the family, and we're talking about building out that storefront, which might be a bit much for me. And he said, "You know, I'd love to put my stamp on Main Street." See, they want to, these people who live in the area would love to be able to do something that's going to last. And when we do a storefront, we'll do something special, something beautiful.
Thank you for joining us on Places and Spaces. If you have an interesting place or space you would like to share, email us at info@mainelifemedia.com, and please follow us on Instagram at Places and Spaces Maine. Thank you to our sponsors and News Center Maine, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Waiting for the end of spring that ain't happened yet. All the rain's coming, so you better call the dogs back in. Never would have known it by the sun.